Hi, welcome back. Another important tip from my side. So, IS retail, not is retail. IS retail. IS retail means I already explained you what kind of modules we have. This is retail version of your ECC, but it has a separate system. IS retail bit different from ECC and why, and in SAP SD or S4 HANA. Okay, so for job aspirants, okay, let's try to discuss this now. So actually IS retail, so suppose ECC, if you take, you can able to use it for like manufacturing, you can able to use it for utilities, you can able to use it for your telecom. Earlier days, it can be able to use it for your finance, insurance, everything. Okay, so but ECC is a product on a research. So it is not satisfying complete industry requirements. That's where industry specific modules came like mushrooms. Okay, it's the right word. It came, the evolution came. You can say that for your understanding, the separated the functionality. Okay, IS retail bit different from ECC. Why? Because it is the separate box. IS retail is a separate box on ECC days. If you talk about ECC days, so IS retail transactions, maybe it is full-fledged or not, I'm not completely sure. In S4 HANA, it will work. S4 HANA Simple Logics, it works. I will show you why it is different, why this discussion needed actually. Some people throwing a resume with IS retail, I am worked in Walmart, I am worked in Tata retail, I worked in some big bazaar, I worked in somewhere. If you're putting there, you are in full trouble. I think you can understand what I'm talking about. Okay, experienced professionals. Never try this. What you are confident that you try. It is always important in your life. Okay, so like in one generation, one Mahesh Babu will be there. In one generation, one Sachin Tendulkar will be there. In one generation, one Virat Kohli will be there. In one generation, one MS Dhoni will be there. In one generation, one Shah Rukh Khan will be there. Okay, don't compare with these people. You are a consultant, aspirant. Try for consultant job. Okay, so I'm just joking. I'm sorry. So IS retail, why it is bit different from ECC? That's what our understanding is all about. I'll try to show you in another few minutes by using ECC. Why can't we use our system like IS retail system? Okay, so let's let me try to do this thing. Before getting into that, if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. So let's have a look around here. Okay, this is my basically Udemy channel. This is the place where I have added my real-time expertise here. If you want, you can try this. This is SAP SD sales and distribution, which is all about 94.5 hours. And if you would like to get the basics about three scenarios, S4 HANA Simple Logistics Business Partner Concept, this also you can try it. For everyone, getting master to write functional specification. From my side, if you already trained somewhere, 2 courses available. This is for writing functional specification. I'm just providing a template. Just download it and try to do some practice in writing functional specification before getting into the real-time industry. Okay, so you join, no problem. You got a job, but you might not have plenty of time. Your lead is so furious, he might ask, he want things just like that. Maybe you join in the middle of the project, you may join at the end of the project. You need to write functional specification. Don't get that heat actually. Just before getting into industry, do this. Same thing happened to me some years ago. Okay, we'll discuss in my cover story what are all the problems I have faced actually. So pricing, if you want to try, you can try. And let's come back to this one. So real-time idoc training for consultants. This is the place where you can able to get idoc training. This is specifically useful for all module who are having idocs. They will have an idea, but I'm specifically concentrated on and SD scenarios. So three practical scenarios I have explained. If you want to get the basics of transportation on ACC, you better get into it. Sometimes you will have one or two active questions on this actually. Okay, so now let's get into the topic. Okay, if you are not yet subscribed, you can subscribe. This is not mandatory. Udemy courses, you can try it. Okay, let's get into the topic. Okay, so let's see this. First thing, whenever, see, I will tell you two things. Any EC system is upgraded to IS retail, but IS retail cannot be downgraded to EC. This is the minimum basic you have to remember. So IS retail has advanced version, like here it is 6.0, that may be some version, EHP version upgraded to other version. So then these are two separate things. Okay, this is mandated. So whenever you have ECC 6.0, if you want to upgrade to retail system, you can upgrade it. But you cannot, once you go to the retail system, you cannot able to downgrade it. Okay, this is the basic thing. So let's try to understand what kind of things are different actually. Okay, let's try to understand some terminology. So what kind of things you are selling, regular ECC, there we will call it as merchandising. Merchandising means that is also one kind of selling only, but the scope will be created based on category wise. For example, you are selling a soaps, that is one category. Suppose you are selling skincare, that is one kind of category. You are selling in foods, that is one category. You are selling vegetables, that is one category. You are selling out all those things, that is one category. You are selling gadgets, one category. You are selling mats, one category. You are selling books, that is one category. If you go to any big bazaar retail store, you can get a different departments. Okay, different sections. Okay, different kind of racks. Okay, so that's where all these things you cannot able to find in your ECC. Okay, that's where, so you will create them as a stores, separate stores. So what is store? So generally, whatever the plant you are creating, that plant will be created as a site in IS retail. So wherever the sales organization distribution channel plant you are assigning, the plant actually, termed as a site. Site is not your plant configuration. This first you try to understand. Everything is depends on the site. Your merchandising is depends on different sections. Okay, different merchandise categories. All these terminology will comes into picture. Okay, so what is this site? Let's try to get into the practically. I would like to show you, and before that, see, to assign all sites to assortment, this is a new term that you probably you have seen this term at the time of creating your contracts, right? So what is a WSU0A1? Okay, we define all sites sold articles from the core assortment, WSS site assortment, or WLK1, that is one table for listing. Okay, so you are finding new terms. One is site. Now first let's see this. For site, what is the transaction code? Okay, let's get into this. So probably I haven't written. Let me show you this one. On currently I'm holding ECC system. I don't have retail system to show you. This is the difference. You have to find it out. Otherwise, you have thrown your resume for retails on ECC, then you will be in big trouble. Okay. Anyhow, even they don't believe generally because retail we have a separate system. But S4 HANA, it's fine. WB01. See this? You are using a retail transaction. It is saying clearly. Okay, where we are now. Okay, I'm showing this one. Your system is not set up for retail system. You can only using retail transaction here. Continue with processing. It is asking most of the times. It is the general behavior because in ECC you are trying to create a site, then it will ask. Okay, do you still want the message to be displayed? Okay, no problem. You can see if you want, you can able to create your plant. Okay, so let's take any one of the plant, how it behaves. Generally, it won't allow you. It has a different definition altogether. Okay. So let's give someone has given this plant. So press enter. See, please enter valid plant profile. So this is MM side. See how you would like to create. You would like to create it as a franchisee, wholesale customer, or assortment vendor. Like that, you have to create a plant profile. Let's click this, what it says. So let's click this S. Okay. Do you still message to be displayed? Enter. Okay. So, but it won't go further. If you see this, so your plant is not this one, right? Your plant definition is different. Okay. In ECC, what you have. If you would like to convert into, you can able to convert it, but you cannot able to use full-fledgedly. You can see this different kind of things will be there. Okay. Departments, material groups, and receiving plants. So, for example, any truck is coming to Big Bazaar. Any truck is coming to Walmart. So whether it is coming to distribution center, whether it is coming to retail shop, different places will be there where it has to stop, where it has to take out the stock, where it has to be put away, and all these things will be the live. Okay, so like this, you have a listing. Listing means what is the advantage? Listing means generally you have seen material listing, right? In our ECC. This, not that listing, you will have something called 2 digits code will be there. Listing procedure. Okay. Listing procedure, you will be assigned to your article. Hey, what is this article? So, like, these days we got trained material. What is that? MM01, MM02, MM03. So that is not going to work for your retail system. What is the transaction for material? Material, we will call it as an article in retail system. Okay, because I worked in retail project, I know this one, but it's been a long time. Okay, so let's click on MM41. See, retail material cannot be maintained in an industry system. In the industry system, that means you cannot able to create. You can able to see this, that I can show you. You can see sales organization distribution, how you have for your material, but you have a lot of stuff will be there. Material type and material group. You see this material category I talked about. Here you have the screens, but I cannot able to show you. This is ECC system. If you can able to see more important thing, is it a material you would like to list for distributor or store, or else is it for distribution center and store also? In the insides, one place 2 digits code will be that listing. For example, you are selling small packs of breads, okay, in store and distribution center. In distribution center, you are selling big packs of bread also. That bread you're selling in retail chain shops also. Like for example, if you have big bread, you are making sandwich, right? The sandwich bread regular customers won't buy. That will be there for stores where you are going to sell your product. So nowadays, whoever for Walmart, suppose the bread manufacturer, he is supposed to sell that sandwich bread is different. That is for regular, not for regular users. Like that, that big bread will be listed for all stores. Small bread, regular uses, consumer bread will be stored for both distribution center and the stores. This is called listing. Listing, you already know, right? In AC system, retail, like, the certain materials, if you are listed, that only you can able to use for certain sales organization, distribution channel, or company code. You can try with combinations for your listing in ECC. The similar concept, it is little bigger actually for retail. Be careful. So article, we will call it as mm41, mm42, mm43. For that you require a listing. Before that you have to create assortment. For assortments, we will do the listings. Okay, so let's click assortment. See, in assortment you will assign to certain category group of products. Okay, so this is small thing I'm giving, so you should be careful before talking about work on retail project. There you will call it a plant. Here WB01. You don't remember all these things. If you don't have retail project on your resume, all this discussion is invalid. Okay, if we have them, you double think about that. I'm going to save you, that's why I'm just started this discussion for your guidance. Double, but still you can learn. There is a scope for retail. Actually, retail is one of the always on sites only, always huge salaries only compared with SD. Now it became a little slow because C4C and hybrids, a lot of things came against this actually, but it's okay. But still it has the demand. You will be separated from ECC competition if you learn IS retail. I'm suggesting you. See, knowledge is always powerful. Don't find shortcuts. Okay, Live about assholes who will throw the money in wrong ways and getting job and all those things. Oh, I'm sorry, it's up to you how you wanted to take. See, but everything is observed. If you do good, good will come to you. If you do bad, bad will become to you. Short, I feel that, instead of you know tapping faster, honestly go slower is better. Okay, it's up to you. It's different generations are there nowadays. I cannot give an advice. It's up to them, their karma. Okay, let's get into the topic now. Okay, WES. So I have some reports also here given, but we cannot able to access this. WES 0A1. Let's come to the assortment. Assortment and listing will be linked either in Metal Master or else some other transaction. WES 0A1. What is this? One second. Let me check this. So now let's get into this one. So for creation, I'm not going to create anything. This is a transaction. I think you already got introduced. Create assortments. Okay. So you will list the materials for certain store. You list the material for certain distribution channel. Finally, it is pointing out your site only. Okay. This is how you are completely different from what you are trying actually. Okay. So listing material group selection, like WSL1 actually listing by article selection. WSL11, I don't think so. It won't be. Okay, let's see this. Nothing will be there. I cannot give any material group actually. So it is asking for selection. Let's see if someone has created anything. See, our listing conditions available. See, it is a retail system. Basically, you don't expect all these things. If you create it also in ASUS, you cannot able to work like your full-fledged retail system. Okay, and you have a different in pricing also. You have something like different promotions will be there. Probably that we will discuss separately. Like same things we can able to try very near to that. The pricing we can able to set up in our ECC also. Okay, if the customer has a budget constraints, he will go for ECC. But which businessman is poor? Tell me, which retail businessman is poor? Do you think that Aditya Birla is poor? Do you think that Reliance is poor? Do you think that Big Bazaar Future Retail is poor? Okay, they are better than manufacturer. They will earn money in seconds, not like us. Okay, if you wanted to be master in retail, then learn this. Then only plan for your future in retail projects. Nevertheless, don't attempt easy folks for retail products most of the times. But see, if time chosen for retail project, you are ECC guy, then you can work it because I worked like that early of my career. Jai Hind. Thank you so much. If you love it, you can subscribe my Udemy courses to improve your knowledge on ECC level. And if you like this video, please like it. Jai Hind once again.